Grace and peace, everybody. Grace and peace. How are you guys doing on a Sunday evening? All right. Listen, I wanted to cover this particular article maybe a couple of days ago. I got pretty busy, and I said, I can't cover this right now. I said, but you bet you a bottom dollar it's going to get covered. All right. Because I think we got to talk about this. This whole Robert Morris case, I didn't think that this was going to be as big as it's become. I mean, it's a lot going on. Like, for instance, on my other channel, which is Urban Reformanda, y'all need to go ahead and subscribe to that. I did a video, and I'm going to see if I can pull up. Hold on, let me see this. Let me go over here. But yeah, actually, I'll probably do that later. But anyway, I did a video on Urban Reformanda, my other channel, and that video has just been growing. I mean, I'm almost up to like 6,000 views on that 7-minute video. So people are pretty interested in this particular topic with Robert Morris, and I mean, I only got maybe like 100 subscribers over there, but that channel, I believe that channel is probably going to be taking off in a minute, because I'm getting a lot of views over there that I'm not getting over here. So it kind of makes me wonder, has my conspiracy theory been proven right? Because for some reason, this channel here, see, like, my views done went down. But on that other channel, I'm putting videos up, and I mean, I'm getting 20 times the views on those videos than what I'm getting over here. So I don't know. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. But listen, as you guys come in, remember, go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that like button. And then also, I want you guys to partake in that live chat that we got. All right, so let's go ahead and get the Jeopardy music up. I know some people are probably still coming in. Let's go ahead and see what you guys have said so far in the live chat, where I'm asking, should money be used as compensation when it comes to sexual abuse? So far, all 100% of you guys, which is maybe like 2 of you guys already, just 2 of you guys have said it depends on the situation. All right, so that's a unanimous vote. But all right, listen, we're about to go ahead and get into this article. We're about to go ahead and get into this article. And let's see what it says. This is from thechristianpost.com. This actually dropped Friday, June 28, 2024. And like I said, I wanted to cover it Friday, but didn't get a chance of covering it. But we're going to do it tonight. All right, so it says, Robert Morris allegedly asked Cindy Clemenshire to name price for silence on sex abuse. Hey, man, listen, Aztec01, man, I appreciate the super chat, man. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you, Aztec01. Listen, man, your patronage and your support is greatly appreciated. Even my subscribers, thank you guys for always coming through, showing love to the channel. Greatly appreciate you guys. Azteco1 says, prayers, grace, and peace. Looking forward to the live stream. Hey, man, thank you. I really appreciate it. This one here is probably not going to be as long as I usually do on my Sunday night lives, but I do have a pretty serious live coming up. It's not going to be tonight. Might not be tomorrow. I guess it depends on how I'm going to feel tomorrow, but I'm trying to put some stuff together. This is a live that I'm really going to put some work into. Y'all know my little 2-hour lives, which only about 5 or 6 of y'all show up to, according to some people. They say, hey, I only get about 5 or 6 views, but that's okay. That's okay. We still gonna talk anyway. But seriously, I do have a live that is more serious that is going to be coming up. We're going to be discussing some stuff. Some people are saying that us as Protestants are heretics. So we definitely going to have to get into that and touch on that. All right, let's go ahead and get into this article. 2 days after Cindy Clemenshire confronted Gateway Church founder Robert Morris in 2005 about how he sexually abused her starting when she was 12, he accused her of attempting to blackmail him, then asked her to name her price After she demanded for what he had done to her as a child, Clementshire ultimately said she wanted Morris to pay $2 million in restitution.
Bruh.
Dang. So, but because, I mean, if you guys don't understand what's going on here, and I don't know how you guys don't know, especially if you watch my channel, because there's been some other people who are, I would say affiliated, but people, a lot of people who are subscribed to my channel are subscribed to other people's channels as well, who have been covering this in depth. This is probably maybe about my third time covering this story. But anyway, you have this pastor out of Texas, allegedly, well, I ain't gonna say allegedly because he admitted to it. He abused a girl when he was in his 20s and she was 12. Now, he said that it wasn't intercourse. He said it was just touching inappropriately and kissing on this girl. She's 12. He's in his 20s, right? Utterly disgusting. Utterly disgusting. Grace and Peace, Doki Bible Club. Grace and peace. So anyway, he abused this girl while he was in his 20s. She was 12. So as she gotten older, and according to this article, basically what we just read, in 2005, she asked for some money. She says, hey, listen, I think you need to compensate me for all of the pain and anguish that you put me through when I was a child. All right. So allegedly, according to this article, he said, hey, listen, name your price. Whatever you want, I got you. And she said she wanted $2 million in restitution. All right. So this is where we at right now. All right. Let's continue. Morris, who never paid off Clementshire, recently resigned from Gateway Church in Southlake, Texas, after the now 54-year-old grandmother revealed that he sexually abused her over multiple years in the 1980s, beginning when she was 12. Clementshire, who said she has been grappling with the psychological impact of the abuse for decades, revealed in selected emails shared with the Christian Post how she first reached out to Morris in 2005 about the abuse. Now, this is where a lot of beef comes in because folks are asking, well, why did she wait so long to say anything? Why is this all coming out? Because some people are looking at this and they're saying, well, we think that this is a money grab. You know, maybe her money started running low and now it's getting to a point to where she wants some money. So there's some people who's making those allegations. But let's continue to read. The email showed that Clementshire reached out to Morris via his Gateway Church email. Tom Lane, then executive senior pastor of Gateway Church, invited her to talk to him in a response in April 2005. Clementshire insisted, however, that she wanted to only talk to Morris. Now all of this stuff is redacted. So this is an email that I guess she had been sitting on for a minute. And I'm pretty sure we're going to read this inside of this article. So that's why I'm just skipping through this. Actually, let me see. Yeah, all of this is just, I'm just, going to skip through all of this because I'm pretty sure that they're going to say all of this in the article. On April 13, 2005, Lane responded in an email stating that Morris, his wife, Debbie, along with the elders of Gateway Church, wanted her to, quote unquote, find help and healing from Morris, quote unquote, indiscretion. Quote, first, I wanted to let you know that Robert has been completely open with the elders of Gateway Church about his past and specifically about his indiscretion with you. Throughout the years, Robert has been open and accountable, doing what he could to find healing and restoration in his life. At the time of the indiscretion, Robert submitted to a 2-year process that included stepping out of vocational ministry, Lane wrote. This healing process including meeting with you and your parents to ask for forgiveness. He undertook other steps as he was directed by the elders of Shady Grove. He continues to walk in a humble attitude of accountability today with the elders of Gateway Church, he added. As he previously stated on several occasions, Robert deeply regrets what took place and has repented to God and you, along with your parents and sister, and to the elders of both Shady Grove and Gateway Church. End quote. Now, after hearing that, now remember, he took a 2-year sabbatical away from the church. His church had already exercised church discipline. And this abuse took place in the 80s. Here it is, 2005. She's asking for money. Now, I ain't saying either way what's right or what's wrong, but I want to know from you guys. Does it seem fishy, or does this just seem pretty normal? Do you think that there's never a time limit, or there should never be a time limit when it comes to compensating a person that you or someone else may have allegedly abused in the past? Because I think that one of the problems that I do have, if I'm going to be honest, is that his church seemed like that they did some church discipline or something like that back in the 80s. And they said, hey, listen, this guy did some heinous stuff to a 12-year-old girl. Now, we pulled him aside. We pulled him out of ministry for 2 years. And ever since then, he's been walking with the Lord. We've been supervising this guy. Everything has been okay, right? But then here it is, 2024, roughly 19 years after these allegations started to resurface in 2005 of her asking for money. Now it seems as if people want him removed from ministry, or his church, I would say, after implementing church discipline back in the 80s, until now, has decided to basically remove him from being the pastor at the church and basically forcing him to resign. And like I stated in my other video on my other channel, Urban Reformanda, if you guys are not subscribed, go ahead and check that out. One of the things that I was bringing up in that particular video was, if you've already implemented church discipline back in the 80s. Now, I'm going to say, I don't think that 2 years was enough time. That's me personally. But they basically said that, according to their church practices, that was enough time to sit him down and to kind of, I guess get him back into the swing of things when it comes to him being a pastor. Of him, basically, they say that was enough time. We implemented the church discipline. He should be good now. But now it seems that now this has become mainstream. Now it's like everybody's like, oh, wait, hold on. We got to remove this guy as a pastor. That's one of the only problems that I have with this whole situation. Because now you have to ask yourself, when do we trust church discipline? You see what I'm saying? Because if I do something right now, my church disciplines me for it, and let's just say that thing becomes mainstream, does that mean that my church is going to stand up and have my back and say, hey, we did everything correctly? We already know he good, so no matter what comes out later on, Alton is good. We stand behind him. We know for sure that he's good. Or can I expect my church to turn around and say, if this particular thing goes mainstream and it comes out, can I expect my church to turn around and then implement more church discipline, or even maybe kick me out of the church after that? Cycle 1 says, it wasn't an indiscretion. It was a pattern of abuse over several years. It wasn't 2 years. Realistically, it was a couple of months, and they reintegrated him into the ministry. Oh, man. Dang. I think I did kind of read that. I think I covered that in the last story that I read, to where he was like cut off from the ministry for like a couple of months. But after that, they were still kind of working with him just a couple of months after this alleged abuse had come to light. But then after the 2 years of them working with him, then he was reinstated as pastor. So that's a problem right there. So let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think that this is maybe the church's way of trying to save face because the church doesn't want to look bad as a whole? Maybe the church don't want to look bad and say, hey, we kind of condone this type of stuff. So maybe them trying to kind of force Pastor Morris to resign, maybe it's just something that they're just like, let's go ahead and go down this road so people don't start looking at us as an institution. And they say, well, hey, these are the type of guys that you got as pastors. But y'all go ahead and partake in that poll, that live poll that I got on YouTube, and also hit that like button as well. Because I'm asking in a live poll, should money be used as compensation when it comes to sexual abuse? So far, 0% of you says yes, always. 0% of you says never. 75% of you said it depends on the situation. And 25% of you says, I think that the victim should decide that. All right, let's get back to it. In a separate email dated September 9, 2005, Clement Shire told Morris, quote, I am giving you one last chance to call me. You really have no idea how devastating it will be if you don't. Oh, she's making some threats. I don't want Tom or anyone else to contact me. This is your issue, not his, end quote. Morris responded on September 16, 2005 in an email saying, quote, I'm praying about my response to your email. I will respond to you by a week from today, end quote. On September 20, 2005, Clement Shire reached out to Morris again, asking that he call her. When he asked her in a reply that same day to explain what she meant when she said it was time for him to, quote, step up to the plate, end quote, and bless her, she explained that he needed to be held accountable for what he did. Quote, men that have over 100 counts of child molestation go to prison. Men who pastor churches that have over 100 counts of child molestation go to prison and pay punitive damages. You have not had to do either. I do not believe that it is fair or right. You have had almost no consequences for your actions. I have suffered almost my entire life from the emotional damage you inflicted on me, Clement Shire wrote. Oof, some strong words right there. Quote, if you want to know what I want, call me. Otherwise, I will proceed with what has been advised. 23 years after you began destroying my life, I'm still dealing with the pain and damage you caused. I want some type of restitution. Pray about it and call me, end quote. 2 days later, on September 22nd, 2005, Morris and his wife called the then 35-year-old Clement Shire and discussed the abuse on a call, a transcript of which was leaked to NBC News and published on Thursday. The transcript titled, quote, transcription of recorded phone conversation with Cindy Clement Shire, end quotes, was leaked by a former member of Gateway's IT department. Oh, man. Dang. So somebody within the church leaked that information to the mainstream media. It was reportedly discovered more than a decade ago while transferring files from Morris's computer to a new laptop. The worker was not identified in the reports. Quote, okay, tell us what you need. Tell us, Morris said, according to the transcript. Clement Shire reportedly pointed to her previous emails and told him unless he paid for what he did to her, she would seek criminal charges or go public with her story. Now, I want to ask you guys a question. Do you guys believe that this is blackmail at this point? Type of 1, if you believe that this is blackmail at this point. Type of 2, if you disagree. Because she's basically saying, pay me some money or I'm going to go public. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Azteco 1 says that he believes that it's blackmail. Because here's the thing. If a person is claiming that, hey, listen, if you don't pay me some money, I'm going to go public with the story. And if you felt that you've been wronged, regardless from from how I feel, this is just me. If a person has done something wrong to me, especially some type of sexual abuse, which I thank God that I've never had to experience any of that. But if I feel like that a person had wronged me in that particular way, or violated me in that way, I wouldn't care about whether or not it goes public or not. I wouldn't have to threaten somebody whether the story is going public or not. I would want to see justice served, period. And trust me, it wouldn't come in the form of some type of financial payout. Only if I had to spend money to deal with a lot of the issues that has come with alongside the abuse. Then I would say, hey man, listen, I had to pay a whole bunch of money to try to get a lot of this stuff taken care of. Because remember, like, this whole thing is past the statute of limitations. So he cannot, so Robert Morris can't go to jail for this. So it's past the statute of limitations. So technically, if he wanted to, he could just walk away and just say, hey, I don't want to have anything to do with you ever again. I mean, it's just like the church. The church really didn't have to force him to resign. They could have just said, well, forget it. Forget it, lady. I mean, we're not paying you anything. Go on about your business. Tell all of the news stations that you want, but we're going to continue to operate. But for her to come out and say, well, hey, I might go public with this story if you don't pay me a certain amount of money. And Donkey Bible Club says secret money doesn't sound like the Christian path for justice. I mean, I'm going to have to go ahead and give a horn for that. Because that brings up another question. Well, actually, I won't say another question, but it does ask the question that I have in a live chat, only on YouTube, where I'm asking, should money be used as compensation when it comes to sexual abuse? So far, majority of you guys says it depends on the situation. That's 75% of you. And then the other 25% says, I think that the victim should decide. Right? But let's continue. Quote, well, I don't think money is going to help you, Morris replied. Quote, who said it was going to help me? Clemenshire interjected. It is certainly helping you, end quote. Morris reportedly told her that it wasn't the money that was helping him, but his efforts in trying to serve the Lord. Quote, what is helping me is that since this time, I have tried to do the right thing and tried to serve the Lord, end quotes, Morris said. Morris and his wife told Clemenshire that they loved her, but Clemenshire replied that she wasn't happy that he hadn't suffered any consequences for abusing her. Quote, 2 years out of the ministry, big deal, she said. I just have a real problem. The fact that you have gone untouched by this, end quote. After they spoke on a call, Clemenshire tried to explain that she wasn't trying to blackmail him. Quote, I am not trying to blackmail you, Clemenshire said. I'm not trying to say you pay me for this. You pay me or this is what I'm going to do. End quote. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It sounded like that's what she was saying. It sounded like that's what she was saying in the early response. Like, you pay me or I'm going to go and make this story public. I don't know. Y'all let me know if I misread that. Quote unquote, okay, Morris said. Quote, do you want me to put an amount on it then. End quote. Quote, it is not a small number, Clemenchar said. Money doesn't make you happy, and I can understand that. So that is not what this is about, end quote. When Morris pressed her again to, quote unquote, put a price on it, Clemenchar told him, quote unquote, $2 million. Morris ended the conversation a moment later. In an email on October 3rd, 2005, Morris told Clemenchar that his lawyer advised him not to pay her any money, quote, under a threat of exposure, end quote, and her father had asked him to not publicly reveal what he did to her. Quote, Debbie and I really do care for you, and we sincerely want God's best for you. You see the blessing God has poured out on my life and conclude that it is because I've hidden my past. God does not work that way. He will not be mocked by deceit. I confessed my sins to you and your family 18 years ago, and I have continued to share it with those who need to know as per the counsel of your father. I did what he asked me to do, end quote, Morris said. So at this point, because it seems like that there was a conversation that was had between him and her father and maybe some of the members of his church, where they're just like, hey, listen, what should be the best course of action? And it seems like that they were trying to keep this kind of in-house. It was like, hey, let's just kind of talk about this and keep this amongst ourselves and try to deal with it as a local church. Because this isn't the first time where I've heard that Robert Morris had talked to the family and gotten blessing from the father, who said, hey, this is the way that we should deal with this. And basically Robert Morris saying that, hey, listen, this is what we all agreed to. So now here it is in 2005. You hit me up. You want some money. It seems like blackmail. She says it's not blackmail. And I know Doki Bible Club said earlier, secret money doesn't sound like the Christian path for justice. So then I got a question. I wonder, is this lady even a Christian at all? Is she a professing Christian? And I'm not asking that because of her actions, but I'm asking, is she like seriously, is she professing to be a Christian? If you guys know the answer to that, y'all go ahead and let me know. Let me know if she professes to be a Christian or is she like something else, you know? Hold on one second. I'm trying to see. Oh, okay. All right. So we good on Rumble. All right. When asked why she didn't have Morris criminally prosecuted at the time she reached out to him, Clemenchar told CP on Friday that she was told the statute of limitations for the abuse had expired. When asked if she believes when he said her father had asked him not to reveal the abuse publicly, she says she didn't. Okay, so Robert M says, and grace and peace, Robert M, grace and peace. Robert M said that, yes, CBN did interview her. Okay, so I guess she is still a professing Christian at this point. Quote, no, I do not believe him, Clemenchar told CP. I do not ever remember my father requested RM, Robert Morris, not to share about it. Why would my father ask that of him? RM was the one at risk if it went public, end quote. And that is the end of this article. Man. So let's go back to our live poll only on YouTube where I'm asking, should money be used as a compensation when it comes to sexual abuse? So far, none of you say yes, always. None of you say never. 83% of you says it depends on the situation. And 17% of you say, I think that the victim should decide. Robert M says, can I show the CBN interview? I think I didn't show the interview last time. I didn't show the interview, but I did cover a lot of the transcript from the interview on the last video that I did. And plus, it's already about 30 minutes. I only wanted to just kind of cover this, get this out of the way, um, have a quick discussion on this. And I kind of don't want to get back into the whole interview with CBN because a lot of this stuff I've already discussed, and it's kind of going to go back into like a lot of the stuff that we've already talked about, or everyone else has already talked about. So I kind of don't want to get and rehash all of that stuff. But I want to ask another question. Does anybody think that the church and her father has failed her regarding this particular case? Because it seems like that, I'm not going to lie, I think that the ball has been dropped on all sides. If I'm being completely honest, I think that her father dropped the ball. I think that the church dropped the ball. Robert Morris, of course, he dropped the ball. And I think that this thing has become such a big mess. And I think that this is one of the problems that we do have within our modern day churches, to where when we have a person that is in a ministry, and yeah, they could probably preach a good sermon, they could probably gather a crowd. And I think that sometimes we'll turn a blind eye to some egregious sins for the sake of wanting to grow a church or a congregation. And you know, and we see that a lot. We see that a lot. And a huge issue with that is when a pastor becomes prominent and they get a following and the ministry is growing and that person becomes the face of that ministry, and then a scandal like this comes out 25, 35 years later. Now it becomes a whole damper on the whole ministry. Because if I'm not mistaken, you guys let me know, but I think that, what is this name? What is the name of his church? Gateway Church. I think that Gateway Church has quite a few satellite centers, churches, campuses, however you want to say. I heard this is a pretty big ministry. This ain't small potatoes we're dealing with. This is a pretty big ministry, and I think that according to the earlier reports, that there's over 100,000 people that are a part of Gateway Church. And now that the scandal is coming out, how does that look for the entire ministry? Aseko 1 says, I don't think hush money is how the church should deal with things. It sleazes the church. It happened outside the church. It should have been handled by the authorities. I think so too. Grace and peace, JT Matt, grace and peace. But again, this is what happens when, for the sake of trying to grow a ministry, we decide that let's just kind of turn a blind eye to things and hoping that things just play out, because we want to put this person in a position and we want to grow our ministry. And this person is kind of the key person to help grow the ministry. So let's turn a blind eye and just hope that this thing goes away. But what happens when it resurfaces and it rears its ugly head, it becomes very detrimental to not only that church, but the body of Christ. Grace and peace, Sister Violet. Grace and peace, Sister Violet of Berean Babes. Listen, if you guys have not done so, go and subscribe to Sister Violet of Berean Babes. And she has probably a few more videos than I do on this particular topic, if you guys want to know some more details concerning this case, right? Because she could probably answer a lot of questions, or her content is probably going to answer a lot more questions than I've been able to answer on my channel. Aseko 1 says, Morris was a criminal. Let the church deal with biblically. Let the church deal with biblically with the ecclesiastical issues. Let the law do what the legal system does. And here's the thing. Just like we read in the article, Aztec on one, the law, and I'm pretty sure you're probably, speaking to something else, but the law has passed the statute of limitations. So he can't be prosecuted or persecuted for this at all. You know, and just like Aztec on one says that, hey, the church has to be able to deal with this. But I think that a lot of times we have to stop as a body. Whenever something happens, we can't just sweep stuff under the rug. We got to deal with it. We got to deal with it. Yes, I understand that this person preaches. Yes, I understand that they bring in X amount of dollars. That's why I kind of commend Tony Evans. You know what I'm saying? In a way, because there's still a lot of unanswered questions with Tony Evans. So we ain't gonna, we ain't gonna give him two thumbs up so far. We still waiting on some stuff. But I would think that this is where I can commend Tony Evans and say, you know what? At least he realized that, hey, maybe I do need to kind of take a step back. All right. Whether or not something is about to happen or something is about to come out, he's just like, yo, I need to take a step back. I had a moral failure however many years ago it was, but I'm just going to take a step back for the sake of the ministry. Robert M says she can sue him. I think, yeah, she actually can. I think she should be able to sue him. But I think that, well, I was going to say that it might be hard for her to try to find a lawyer, but I'm pretty sure with all of this media attention and all of this media buzz, I'm pretty sure she probably got lawyers knocking down her door because they know that she could probably get a nice little bag. If we're being honest, this is taking on a lot of mainstream media attention, right? Even secular media has gotten involved with this, and her name is out there. Robert Morris's name and his church is out there. So I'm pretty sure she could come up on a nice little bag, and I'm pretty sure that there's some lawyers out there that's just like, yeah, we can make sure that you get paid, and we can get a piece of that little change too. Brian Babe says that she doesn't have any legal recourse, and she does have a lawyer. All right, okay. Now, Sister Violet, do you know? I don't know. Do you know whether or not she plans to do something, or she's just not saying anything right now? Does she has a lawyer because she's trying to get a settlement, or what's going on? I really haven't been paying attention to this whole thing, not in depth. But I thought that this was a particular interesting article that came out, and I just wanted to cover this. But listen, before we get ready to get up out of here, y'all know what to do. Go ahead, hit that like button if you guys have not done it yet. And let's go back to our live poll on YouTube where I'm asking, should money be used as compensation when it comes to sexual abuse? So far, 0% of you says yes, always. 11% of you says never. 67% of you says it depends on the situation. And 22% of you says, I think the victim should decide. Robert M. says maybe Dr. Evans knew about Morris and used bad judgment and said nothing. That could be it. Could that be it for him? I don't know. I don't know if there's ever been a tie between Tony Evans and Robert Morris. Now, I know that they're both in Texas. Where is Gateway Church? I think Gateway Church is in South Lake, Texas. I think that's around the Dallas area, if I'm not mistaken. I think that is around the Dallas area, Dallas-Fort Worth. Brian Babe says she is planning to advocate to change laws on the limitations. Okay. Oh, Robert M. and Brian Babe said that they know each other. Uh-oh. Dang. So y'all know some conspiracy theories might be coming up. Oof. All right. You know what? We ain't gonna make no conspiracy theories on this channel. All right. Berean Babe says Jonathan has preached at his church. I think Jonathan is Tony Evans' son, right? So South Lake is about 5 miles from me. Yeah, okay. Now, I've been to Tony Evans' church on his Wednesday night men's meetings. I did that. It says they have done ministry things together. So, do you guys believe that Tony Evans and Robert Morris, or somehow Tony Evans could be connected to this Robert Morris thing? I mean, I don't know how they could be connected to it, because again, let's go back with our conspiracy theorist music. All right. So Tony Evans resigns, and then Robert Morris is caught up in the scandal. Wait, hold on. Which one came first? Was it Robert Morris then Tony Evans? Or was it Tony Evans then Robert Morris? I don't know. Robert Evans says possible that he knew, but the thing is that I'm wondering, even let's just say that for the sake of argument, Tony Evans knew about this. I don't know if that will warrant for Tony Evans to step back from his church to just say that, hey, I kind of knew about what was going on, so therefore I'm just going to step back from my church. Because I think that Tony Evans could have just said, hey, listen, I mean, I knew about some stuff, but I didn't know that it went this deep. So I don't know. Sister Berean Babe, she got a YouTube video right here in the chat. And actually, I'm going to check that out in a minute. As soon as I get off here. It's a link of Tony and more. So yeah, you guys go ahead and click that link. That is right here on YouTube. She says, don't play it. I ain't going to play it. I'm going to see if I can copy that and paste it. Let me see. Let me see if I can copy that and paste it on Rumble and Instagram. Yeah. Okay, hold on, let me see. Hold on 1 second. It's not letting me do it. It's not letting me do it. Oh, there. Hold on, let me see. Okay, do that. Copy. All right, here we go. All right, so all of my people that's on Rumble, if y'all see it, I'm going to paste it in there. And the people that's on Instagram, paste it on Instagram too. So anybody who's watching besides Facebook, oh yeah, she says privately, check it out. Yeah, TBN has a copyright. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure TBN is going to be like, strike that channel quick. But yeah, I'm probably going to watch it at my own time. And yeah, you guys go ahead and do the same. You guys do the same. All right, well, Robert M says, he says, Morris's church leaders are stepping down for knowing about it. Uh-oh. Ooh, that might be some, I don't know. I mean, is this the end of Gateway Church? Could this be the end of it? Because even his son, from what I've heard, was supposed to take over the church, or he took over briefly, and now he done stepped back. So I don't know. This is really, I mean, man, this is becoming very interesting. But like I said again, this is how destructive sin is. That's why we don't flirt with sin. That's why we don't play around with it. We always have to remember sin is destructive. That's why even God, look, even when we talk about, what's that, Genesis 4? When God told Cain, he says, man, listen, straighten your face up. Don't sit back and be all mad and all puffed up. He says, sin is crouching around the corner. It's waiting at your door. He says, but you must not let it rule over you. And I think that a lot of our churches, especially these mega churches and stuff, they have to be better equipped with dealing with stuff like this. Cut that stuff off at the head. And I think that his church, at the time that these allegations came out back in the 80s, I think that they should have went ahead and said, nah, man, this is beyond us. We got to get the law involved on this. This is a crime. This is a crime. Instead of just saying, well, we're just going to try to deal with the in-house because now it done resurface and now the whole ministry is at stake. you know? I mean, it's just sad. It's just sad. But anyway, man, let me get ready to get up out of here. And again, like I said last time, let's continue to pray for this whole situation. We got to remember, although we don't really know these people personally, these people are still made in the image of God. The victims and those who are part of that ministry. And those who attend those churches. Because something like this could dampen a lot of people's faith. And it could make people lose sight on the thing that we should be focused on the most, which is Christ and his completed work on the cross. That this could really have a grave effect on a person's belief and walk with Christ. So let's just continue to pray for this situation. All right, I'm going to go ahead and read this and I'm going to get up out of here. Donkey Bible Club says, David Platt is still doing fine after losing millions of dollars of his church's money. Yeah, that was a whole nother thing as well. But anyway, man, let me get ready to get up out of here. Thank you, Azteco1. Always grace and peace. And listen, man, as we get ready to get up out of here, y'all hit that like button, rate this video, share, subscribe, hit the notifications bell, because I'm telling you, man, I always get these comments on my videos. Alton, I didn't know that you went live. Or people come in at the end of the live stream. Ah, man, I didn't know that you was live. I should have caught this from the beginning. So that's what hitting that notifications bell does. It makes sure that you guys, as soon as I get ready to hit that live button, or as soon as I upload a video, you guys get a notification whether I'm about to go live or whether I posted a video, and you guys be able to say, okay, cool, he's live. So let me go ahead and run on over there, catch the live stream from the beginning. But listen, you guys enjoy the rest of your night, and I will see you guys next time, Lord willing. Peace.